Once again, I come back to the presidential politics. Although I'm going to try this week not to talk about it a whole lot. I think the writing is on the wall. As it said in the Bible, the writing is on the wall. It's going to be this fucking racist Nazi Trump. And this corporatist, neoliberal, and that's a bad word, freak Hillary Clinton, who will probably have us in a war, I don't know, within 6 months? If Obama doesn't put us there before he leaves office. Trump will never get us in a war, because what will happen? No, seriously. He may drop a nuclear bomb on somebody, but he's not, or several of them, but he's not going to get us in a war. You know why? Because he is a chicken shit. He's a bully, and bullies are essentially they're chicken shits. If Trump were president, he started saying, well, I'm tired of this shit in Syria. Okay, let's go military. The military is going to say to him, hey, calm down, fuckwad. Calm down. We're not going anywhere. Are you insane? And Trump, being Trump, will say, oh, that's right. You're absolutely right. Okay. So here we are with these two, and I just don't want to talk about them anymore. The only decent, respectable, moral person in this entire shithole of a Republican season, presidential season, is Bernie Sanders. Yeah. Isn't that the way it goes? The one person who truly does represent or personify those talked about ideals and standards of the United States is Bernie Sanders. I say talked about because they haven't been applied since the very beginning. The hypocrisy of writing the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal. So the one politician, if you will, the one politician who represents what the standards and practices of the United States should have been, never were, but should have been, because it's there in our documents. That one person, Bernie Sanders, is being steamrollered by something called superdelegates and the Clinton machine. Now, I know there are people out there, respected left commentators. One of them is the guy I used to look at with a lot of admiration from reading his columns in the New York Times, Paul Krugman, who is one of the leading cheerleaders that Bernie Sanders ought to pack up his tent and go fucking home. Get out of here. We don't need you. But he's been saying that before it became apparent that Clinton was going to walk off with enough delegates to get the nomination. Now, Sanders, of course, though, is not going to do that. He is not going to say, okay, in order to win enough delegates to get the nomination on the first ballot, I've got to win 74% of all the remaining caucuses and primaries and all this other bullshit. So therefore, I'm going to leave. No, he's not going to do that. He is going to run this thing out to the very end. He really is. And to anyone who wants to keep telling him to back out, I think in the privacy of his bus as he's going from place to place, I think he says to his wife, fuck him. I'm not doing it. You think?